79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, and Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. Paul Ferdiani and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into some Sunday night racing action here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series, taking on the tricky and repaved Atlanta here tonight. These drivers gonna have a whole fun and a whole boatload of troubles headed their way this evening. So let's go ahead and jump right down to it, into the show, and get things all started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the fantastic supporters here of this league. Of course, Gulf Coast Sand sponsoring tonight's race. This 185 Gulf Coast Sand down there in that kind of Mississippi area. Man, go check them on out for all your fantastic fill needs that can get them right. That is unnecessary, sir. I got people driving down the street at freaking Mach 10 with exhausts that are straight piped. Anyway, Gulf Coast Sand, they will get it right to your door, and hopefully an equipment quieter than that, whether it be plane, train, or automobile. And we thank you guys for supporting us. So go ahead and support Gulf Coast Sand. Of course, as always, we have to also thank some fantastic other sponsors like Sim Gear Central. Be sure to head on over there to pick up some fantastic button boxes with all the flip switches, dials, turn knobs, anything you can possibly think of, all at the reach of your fingertips. So be sure to head on over to simgearcentral.com to pick up one today. Big thank you to Track Bar Media here as well. Some fantastic video and photo edits of real life and sim life racing. So be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media and go and check them on out. Big thank you as well to Martin Sports some fantastic quality race gear and apparel wear that you can get all picked up and customized, man. So go check them on out. They're also giving away, like, for the trophies and whatnot, it's gonna be like championship pennant, like, banner things. So those are gonna actually look really cool. So big thank you over there to Martin Sports. Also, of course, up there in that northern New Jersey area, Davidson Builders, the premier custom builders up there. Be sure to go and check them on out if you're looking to maybe do a whole home remodel, do maybe some addition stuff, or just changing out that kitchen sink. Head on over to Davidson Builders and give them a ring, as they're the premier custom builders. And of course, big thank you to DEP Graphics here as well. Fantastic paint schemes and all that kind of stuff here for iRacing. You do not want to miss out on looking snazzy. Get yourself some good quality paint schemes from DEP Graphics. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I gotta wish everybody a happy Father's Day. US Open Sunday here, absolutely loving it. I am joined by two of my best friends here in the booth, both of which are Padres of their own. Mr. Alan English joining us here tonight. Glad you have you back here, English. I know the storms down there have been whipping and railing, but I got a feeling here in Atlanta tonight, they're going to face a whole new different type of storm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This mile-and-a-half track's just been completely changed since the redesign and everything, and it's been so much fun. And I mean, I've been impressed with the level of racing that we've seen here at this track. It's just become like a restrictor plate track now, and a draft dependent track, I guess I should say. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think I got some I was using a chainsaw above my head a little while ago. I'm pretty sure I got sawdust up my nose, so I'll try not to distract y'all with all my sniffing and snorting over here. But looking forward to a great race. It's going to be fun.
And I mean, a true woodsman would snort all that pine. While down there on Mr. Adam's Turner side in pit road, back at it here once again. Adam, it's a tricky track before the repave, and it's even trickier now. Got a whole bunch of bumping and grinding going on down there, which could lead to some maybe some tempers flaring up a little bit.
Well, I sure hope somebody fights. I know English was fighting that chainsaw. I never heard of nobody snorting sawdust, but I mean, if that's what y'all
it was
do
above my head. I was cutting above my head, and it just happened.
Well, that's dangerous, That doesn't go to OSHA standards. I'm gonna have to get the authorities down there. I'm a little concerned with how you're fixing
You'd
everything.
be shocked how many OSHA violations I can commit in a day.
I'm pretty sure I could imagine. Got to fix that hole in your roof, though. That's the main thing, right?
That's all right.
Yeah. Screw it. At least you're here with us tonight. We missed you Friday because it was a disaster. Brown and I just about lost our minds on Friday. It's an experimental league. Num Thumbs guys were having some issues. We were too, but we had fun, I think, didn't we, Brown?
We did.
We still had fun. It happens. Racing is racing. We've seen great races. We go weeks seeing great ones, and we'll see a dud every once in a while. So whatever. Atlanta, I expect to see something pretty awesome here because it's super cool track. Like you said, it's now considered a super speedway at a mile and a half, which is strange, but I guess how they configured it with the banking and the new pavement, these things just rip down the track and draft real well, and gonna have just a grand old time tonight with the Num Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series, Atlanta Gulf Coast Sand 120. And the rules are like this: 1 fast repair, 80% fuel, 3 sets of tires total, 18 incident points, you'll start getting penalties, 25 incident points, you're done, you're disqualified, so you gotta watch out for that. I checked it a little bit ago, it was 130 on the track. That seems about right for Atlanta.
Cooled off a little bit. I think it's 119 now, which ain't a whole lot better. It's still gonna be slick.
Oof. That is definitely hot here for this 120 lap race here at Atlanta. Beautiful weather being had out down there, bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And man, you gotta really watch your space in here. It's a tight track. You're gonna want to be tempted to go 3 wide. It's really not gonna work on out, as well as you want to make sure you stay up close to that bumper in front of you to get the most out of this draft.
And look, most of the guys are going to be running on the lower 2/3 part of the track in the turns. You're not going to see a bunch of guys up close to the wall here, so that's where all the marbles are going to be. And like you say, 3 wide is going to be a no-go in a lot of these, in a lot of the turn, a lot of the parts of the turn here. It's just too narrow with the marbles up there. So, yeah, man, 2 wide's about all you're going to get in the turns.
2 wide is plenty good for me.
Sure.
If I'm the one watching it and racing it, I wouldn't want to go. I don't know anywhere on the track you'd really want to go 3 wide, but I'll tell you what, that quad oval is going to be tricky. It's probably my most fun part of the track to watch. I wouldn't want to be racing that thing down there in that quad oval.
No, I think you are right. As we're just about ready to finish on up qualifying here, Mr. Englishman, the YouTube is starting to go off.
Yeah, man, there's a bunch of people over there. A lot of happy Father's Day messages. Chris Jordan's here. Paul's watching us from a tournament table. He's at a poker tournament, I believe, right now. So maybe we can help him out with some intel here. Josh Kelleher's here. Hope to bring home a trophy. Let's see what else we got. Ryan Rencola is here, pulling for AJ. Let's see who else we got. One Lug TV is here racing tonight. Mike Adamson said, "Good to see everybody." Good to see you too, Mike. Tracy Cotton pulling for Tristan out there today. So happy Father's Day, everybody. Chuck Kiger pulling for the Goats. So is Tate Cawthorn. Well, no, Tate Cawthorn's pulling for LTC GDS racing out there. I'm sorry about that. And Chuck Kiger says, "Goats never lift." Happy Father's Day, everybody.
No, they do not. As Field's getting ready down there on pit road, so getting us all started on off will be the 98 of Connor Leach picking up pole position. He's going to have the 13 Paul Durkee starting to his outside here. You got the 76 Patrick Mahaney getting a pretty good starting spot there in third, with the 77 of Tristan Cotton getting the luck of the double sevens here tonight, starting in fourth. Right behind them will be the 53 of Jeremiah Burke, starting in that top 5, with the 1 of DW getting a pretty good starting spot there in sixth. The 21 of Mr. Tom Wilson getting started up there in seventh, with the 15 of Vincent Short having a pretty good qualifying run there, starting in eighth. In ninth will be the original X-Man, Justin Johnson, in the 10 machine, getting things all started off. And right beside him will be another Justin. It'll be Justin Lawson in the 17, getting things rounded out in that top 10.
Lucas Lyons in the 25 is going to start inside row number 6. On his outside will be Drew Blaze in the 66 machine. The double nickel of Tom Barris will start in 13th place. 14th will be Michael Eden in the 27. His reverse number, the 72, Matt Layton, will start in 15th. Outside of him in row number 8 is Mark Collins in the 23. Chuck Kiger in the 22 will start 17th. 18th will be Stubbs out there. Tim Stubbfield in the 92. Let's see. Tommy Welch starting in 19th place in the 9 machine. The 31 machine is Scott Milner. Rounds out your top 20.
Yeah, 48, Zeth Holly, he'll start 21st. Number 8, Dylan Bryan, I love the paint scheme on that chrome blue Pepsi machine, 22nd. Number 3, Skylar Harrod, he'll start 23rd. BJ Cox in 05, he'll start 24th. 005, AJ Evangelista, 25th. 329, Albert Anderson, 26th. Some of these may change because we did have some penalties, so just bear with us on that. 91, SC Martin, 27, Joshua Moore, number 18, he'll start 28th. 32, Nick Biddy, he'll start 29th. Joe David in the 6th. 30th, 67, Nathan Stanley, 31st. 19, Brandon Coleman, 32nd. Anthony Williams in the 5, 33rd. 00 Joe Bennett, 34th. Michael Adamson in 88, 35th. Christopher Jordan, 36th. Kenneth Bishop, 37th. 51 of Chris Klein, he'll start 38th. Larry Dickerson, he'll start 39th in the 69. Tate Cawthorn, 40th. And at the bottom there is Josh Kelleher, but I can't promise you that's the lineup because there are penalties and they're sorting that out right now.
Yes, they are, but that is your scheduled field here this evening. Quite a few people, looks like they are going to be starting from the from the pits here. Justin Johnson, Drew Blaze, PJ Cox, Albert Anderson, and Joshua Moore. Now it looks like they will be waiting one more time for the pace car to come on in, so that way we can get things all fired on up and ready. So it's actually going to be the 76 Patrick Mahaney and the Tabasco machine here tonight, getting things all fired on up with the 13 of Paul Durkee to his outside. Of course,
Not necessarily a bad thing starting in the pits here, boys. Liable to be some contact here starting. I'm sorry there, Alan. I thought you were done.
oh, you're good. I was just going to say, Britton Cotton saying to Adam, baby, saying good job there to the other Cotton out here in the field. 77, Tristan.
They just added another lap.
I guess they're still trying to figure things out now. It is a very long single file line right now, I will say that.
Oh, Milner got hit in the rear. I don't know.
That's not good.
Well, at some point we will go to the green flag tonight.
At some point we will. Kevin Winker's out there joining us. So let's go team plus EV.
He's got his favorite drink.
tonight.
Wonder what that is.
I don't know. I'll have to search.
He's up there, isn't he up in Wisconsin?
Yeah, he's in Wisconsin, so you know, just talk to Adam Strom. I know Adam Strom's over in Minnesota, but yeah, they're kind of similar.
That's the
I think
same
he's
damn
a
thing,
Coors
isn't it?
guy. Strom's a Coors guy, I think.
Sure, Strom's different.
Or Ham's
I bet,
guy. I don't know.
I bet Winker may be up
Strohs.
there just drinking some of that natty ice or something strong. You know, that's
Oh, man.
they like that strong stuff up there. I don't know. Doesn't let us know. We just talk and make stuff up, and half the time we sound like idiots. Or I do anyway.
Half?
Not you
Only
guys.
half? All right. Conservative
You
number.
missed it, Freddie. Freddie Brown and I we were on the struggle bus, both of us, without you. I don't know if
Probably
you'd
should have
helped
drank
us.
some coffee or something.
Well, I was drinking Crown, I think, at the time.
Oh. Jason Kraft.
Got a little
joining
squirrely.
us.
I got into my. Oh. Go ahead. What's Jason Kraft saying?
Nice. Pulling for Stubbs out there. Go get the W tonight. And I'll get mine at Atlanta tomorrow. That's what he says. Next gen
Very
race.
nice. I just did, my normal Friday night conspiracy theories that are actually not conspiracy.
Winker's drinking
Very
moonshine,
true.
dude. That's what he said.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Fruity moonshine.
Mackinac Island.
I think it's Mackinac. I think it's Mackinac.
Either way, we're getting ready to go to the green flag for the first time here tonight. The field's all ready, and away we go. Green flag racing here from Atlanta. The 76 and the 13 breaking out. Well, it looks like they're going to start to single file out here early, waiting some of those precious laps to tick away before maybe making some things. Look like Brandon Coleman having a little bit of an issue down there on pit road, trying to get off of it.
Mahaney got sideways, came across the track, and I guess they all stayed behind him.
Yeah, we had somebody do a money shift or something on the start and blew his engine up and got into the outside wall. Didn't see who that was. It was a green car. I think they instead of going to third, they went to or instead of going to fourth, they went to second or something.
Well, so right now the only one down on pit road is Coleman and Stubblefield.
Stubblefield got kicked
Stubblefield
for
has lost
packet loss.
Ah, okay.
packets. Computer stuff,
Well, either way, it's a 4-car break up here, up at the front. Durkee, Cotton, Wilson, and Burke. DW is leading a kind of secondary charge here as Tom Barish and Patrick Mahaney all tucking into line with each other here, trying to work together as best as they can, chase down those leaders. Gap is a little over 2 seconds, but they can definitely start to eat away at that here.
Oh, coming out of turn 4 into that quad oval, that first turn there, Turner. That's where
Yep.
guys are really coming
saw
close to hitting each other. You saw that?
Is that Tommy Welch? Yeah, in the 9.
Yeah, right there.
And
It'll bounce you out there in the quad. Go ahead there, Brown.
yeah, he was almost getting into the Mac Daddy Mark Collins, going down through there as they're making their way down through it here once again. It looks like they're able to maybe get things all locked and loaded, kind of back safe here once again. But man, that chase back's really eating up that time. That gap was 2 seconds just 2 laps ago. It's now under a second. So DW doing a heck of a lot of pulling here with the 55 of Tom Barish, giving him some assists. That brings the field all the way from Chuck Kiger there in 15th to catch back on up to these fellas.
Joel Moore's out there in YouTube land pulling for the number 18. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, got to pull for Joshua out there.
Some viewers tonight for Father's Day. Everybody, all the fathers. Happy Father's Day. I know it's not as good as Mother's Day. You know, we don't get treated to like the greatest day. I'm just saying, that's just my experience. But we still have fun with it, don't we? I grilled some stuff.
I'll tell you what, the brew pub was packed today with Father's Day.
Was it?
Oh,
Treat the old man to some cold beer? That ain't bad at all then. That's good. They're treating those dads right, sounds like.
And they were doing 50% off meals and free cheese bread for all the lineman workers out there trying to restore power down here. So a lot of them from out of town, from out of state. We had some guys from Ohio down here helping fix power lines today. So that was great.
That is cool. That's one you got to say America kind of comes together. And not the big corporations. Screw the big corporation clowns. The real people that do the work, those linemen, they're the one that matter to me. And
they volunteered to come down here too, man.
Well, they also get a little extra money, which is cool. They deserve it.
But they're leaving their families at home.
Yes, exactly.
The local guys here, they don't have power at home, so they're trying to get everybody else's power on too. So,
yep.
Love that.
And meanwhile, we're starting to see a little bit of feistiness up here, up at the front. 13 of Durkee doing his best to kind of guard both lanes here, as the 1 and the 55 been working really well together up on that outside, trying to get a run and figure out a way to get back on up there, which they do. So the 1 making that 2 wide charge. You can also see the 77 Tristan Cotton down there on the bottom side. He's got the 76 of Mahaney up there to his outside. Right behind them, you got Jeremiah Burke, Matt Layton, and Tommy Welsh all working together here.
That 2 wide stuff, it's still scary. I mean, 1.5 mile track basically. But, I mean, it looks like Daytona out here is really a short Daytona is all we're dealing with. Super fast.
Paul Ferdiani, just an update for you. The guy sitting to your left there with the shades on, he doesn't have that other 10. Don't worry about it.
Don't do that to him.
I'm looking.
Don't do that to him.
He doesn't have that other 10.
Oh, man.
Check. He's going to check. Just raise him.
Hey, since it's Father's Day, I want to come up with a new holiday. I don't know if y'all are down with this.
Sure. I'm all ears.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know what to call it, but go ahead, Brown.
I was going to say that would be a useless person if you're all ears.
No, my ears are pretty good.
Actually. It's something to do with like anti-Bill Gates Day. I want this to really trend. Anti-Bill Gates. This guy's a communist. He's running around talking to communists. I never voted for that guy. Did you vote for him? Bill Gates? I never voted for this guy. So I'm gonna get that trending pretty soon, guys.
I'm still mad about Service Pack 2 and XP. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
That was 15 years ago.
Well, he's too dumb to realize
that was 20
he didn't program any of that. He just put his face in front of it. Anyway, back to racing.
A lot of hate for Bill Gates around here.
I hate that guy. I don't think he's good for humanity or any of us regular people. Back to you, Alan.
We're not regular.
Yeah, we are. I think we're pretty regular.
Well, it's getting feisty in the booth here too, huh?
I
Alan?
guess it is. Meanwhile, we got some side-by-side action happening in that front pack and in this secondary pack. The 23 and the 22 been going at it side by side. Been seeing the Nick Biddy 32 machine and Vince Short have some entanglements there as well. You can see Zeth Hawley in the 48 machine trying to shuffle his way on through some of this traffic in a red and white low scheme here. He's got double O Gio Bennett. Yeah, that 8 machine, he's backed into a pole or two down there in the Walmart parking lot by the looks of it.
Yeah, that happened pre-race. This secondary pack is really shaping up pretty well. They're going to need a caution, though, to catch that front pack, I think.
Well,
the way
if they
things
just
are going.
stay organized, Turner, they can make some speed.
Yeah, but they're racing each other too hard. I don't think they're organized enough to do it. Oh, the 27's around.
Oh, man, that is still going.
Oh, goodness. Oh, he just lifted up into the sky. 27. Eden. That wasn't pretty.
That will bring out the first caution of the evening. Let's go ahead and take a look back, see kind of what happened here with that 27 machine. All by his lonesome. Oh, up against the wall, and he gets loose. Oh, comes back down across the field there, getting the 8 involved, and he's just kind of trying to get it stopped up there, and then, getting ramped by the 6 machine, who was hard on those brakes. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think he overdrove it, maybe. Hit the wall a little bit. Didn't hit the wall too hard, but crazy how it pushed him straight down into the high banking there. Pushed him down the track.
He may have got up into those marbles that we talked about. That's where he was at. He was on the real high side of the track.
Very good point. I think you're right.
Oh, no. I'm taking a guess there. But...
Yeah, I think you're right, because he didn't, impact the wall crazily, but lost total control and just went down that banking.
The rear end just swung around quick.
Yeah.
And no matter what these other guys do that are right behind him, no matter how fast they can jump on the binders, it will not stop in time. You're going to hit somebody if you're aimed at them.
Well, I mean, it took us 15, 16 laps to have a caution there, so I think that's pretty good racing.
Give that secondary pack a chance to recollect and maybe rethink what line they want to run in, or I don't know. A lot of things go through your mind when you get caught back up, and stuff you want to change about where you're running on the track, and second guessing yourself and stuff. I don't know if that happens to you guys.
All the time. I'm always second guessing myself. Everything comes out of my mouth, I second guess. I'm like, oh wow, that triple lettered agency may come after me for saying that one. I need to be quiet, you know.
The NBA?
Oh, it starts with a C and ends with an A. I don't like to discuss the middle letter. But yeah, no, these guys are probably just feeling the track out. I haven't raced this track, but maybe once. I think one time.
Your CPA is mad at you. Is that what? Did you not pay them for preparing your taxes?
They're one of the C's that are mad at me.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not real worried about the CPA. I'm worried about a different one. But
Daniel Polkfog out there saying, can we talk about Josh's ride?
What's he got going on?
Josh. Let's see. Let's check. Is Josh Moore? Let's see. See if that's the one he's talking about.
Well, my trading paints has gone afoul, so I can't really see the paint. You know,
Josh
we'll have
Moore's
to tell
got
me.
Muhlenberger Custom Homes, custom painted number 18. I don't know if that's.
Could also be Josh Kelleher that he's talking about.
Oh, that's the 73. Let's check him out.
Sir. The only.
What's got the Lucky Charms car? Oh, it's got Cocoa Puffs on there.
I was never a fan of Cocoa Puffs.
Why?
But the paint's cool.
Turns your milk into chocolate milk, pretty much.
I don't like chocolate milk.
No, Turner. Let's get this right,
Call me now.
because English Turner is the type of guy that wants to eat the Captain Crunch, but he always eats it, the 2 minutes too soon before it softens up, so it tears up the roof of his mouth.
I like that. That's
I'm okay
great.
with
I do.
that. I do that with corn pops too.
I do like it that way. How'd you know that, Brown? That's scary. Oh, he may be one of those intelligence agents after us. We have to talk later. Go back to you, Brown.
I don't know anything, Norm McDonald. As we go side by side racing here with the green flag once again, side by side go the 53 and the 55. The 21's going to tuck into line there on the bottom. Had about a 75-25 split on people coming on down into the pits versus not taking any pit stop here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh man, I don't know how they're able to save that.
Behind him.
5. Yeah, five's out.
Anthony Williams in the grass. Yellow is out.
Oh, and he just, I think, was checking up for the rest of the field, and unfortunately Tommy Welsh was right there, sending the 5 machine on around, bringing out the caution.
Oh, I hear anger out there too. This is going to be great.
And you said it started, what, right around where the 3 was, you think?
That was the first part, and then
The 5 got turned. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we just saw the 5. Oh, yeah. 72 gets up into the wall and it checks up the 3, who goes kind of ping-ponging it across a couple of the lanes there, which is probably why the field started checking up.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw a car getting to the outside there. Who was it? 70?
72, yeah. 72 scraping.
Two.
Matt Layton scraping that outside wall just a little bit there and getting a little bit of damage.
73, or I'm sorry, the 3 freaking caught that. It was hard to tell how he saved that, but that was a pretty good save there by the 3. Skylar Herod driving that number 3 out there.
Daniel was asking me whose paint scheme that is. I love your paint scheme there. It is cool. I don't like Cocoa Puffs, but it's a cool paint. Was that? Who drove that?
Josh Kelleher?
Well, I know he's driving.
Is it in real life?
Yeah, is it a real life paint?
Is it?
Kyle Busch? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a trivia question.
Yeah, well, I could not tell you, but what I can tell you is we got some drivers with their driver cam on here tonight. This is going to take me a while because we got a lot of names here. We got Nick Biddy joining us here with the driver cam. Glad to have you on board here tonight, sir. Of course, we got the 48 of Zeth Holly out there as well. Kind of lost in his own world because he's got that VR headset on. Glad to have you around out here. Scrolling. We got the double O of Mr. Joe Bennett just hanging out under caution here, just trying to press whatever buttons he can and apparently take a drink of whatever beverage he is about to take a drink from.
Cheers. I'll drink to that.
Yeah. And you got to drink under caution. I mean, obviously.
We got the
Hydrate.
15 of Vince Short out here, ready to get some more green flag laps in as well. Having a grand old time. You got Josh Kelleher in the 73 machine joining us here tonight as well. Glad to have you on board here once again, Josh. We got gotta find his name now. This is a fun game. How quickly can Alan find other people's cameras here? Don't mind me. Looking for.
And the great thing is when we do driver interviews, we can have them up on camera while they're being interviewed.
Yes.
Which I love.
Looking for Chuck Kiger all the way up here, up towards the front. He's currently sitting in third. He's out here racing along pretty good.
Tate Cawthorns.
You know what? I messed up my names. This is what happens when I mess up my names. So the one that was taking a drink was Skylar Herod in the 3.
Ah.
That's what happens when people have somewhat similar camera angles and you're not quite paying attention. And Double O Joe Bennett is out here in his Georgia Bulldogs. I should have noticed that for how often that Florida man's been with us, but the 3 machine of Skylar Herod is who I mentioned before. Now that we got the names right. And when I say we, I mean me. Looks like we're going green flag racing here, a single file restart. That got me all messed up as I was waiting for us to go 2x2 and...
Yeah, I was going to tell you that Derek Welch wasn't happy with the last restart, so he put him single file there.
Tate Cawthorn joining us over there on the YouTube saying, show my in-car, number 88. I think he was talking about what happened on the last car.
Ooh, contact!
Ooh! God almighty, what is going on back there on the backstretch?
53 and the 76 going for a tumbly ride, and that will bring out the caution here.
Connor Leach held it together down on the apron.
He was going backwards at about 180 miles an hour.
Minimal damage, except to the tires, I imagine. I'll be danged.
98 Connor Leach. Oh! Man, talk about a good save. Dang.
Yeah, he did have a good stave.
Man, just some rough run-ins out there right now. And we still have just under 100 laps to go with this thing, too.
Well, Dylan Bryant let everybody know we had 100. We have 103 laps to go, so he's not real happy with the driving out there. What I'm trying to see what happened. Leach and Burke look like got into it somehow, and got a little Western right there.
I love Burke's paint. Isn't that old David Pearson paint job? I think old Ford Torino paint job. I think it is. Anyway.
My paints are all screwed up. Half of them are correct, half of them are not.
I've heard people talk about the problems with trading paints lately, and I don't really know the fix. I think you got to uninstall it and reinstall it or something.
Well, I haven't done all that. It just doesn't.
Angry Tacos Network joining us saying, Happy Father's Day to all the dads in here. Thank you very much, buddy.
Nice.
A lot of pit stops happening this time around, it looks like.
Yeah, it's just maybe getting some manual damage fixed. I don't know what's on the front of Drew Blaze's cars there, but that's different. 66 machine, he's got some wrapper or something going on down there. Got a
Like a candy wrapper?
No, it's not a W, an R.
Oh, okay. A R wrapper. I don't know, but if you look at the gold chain around his neck, it looks like he's got the Chevy emblem on the grill as the...
That that is perfectly aligned, isn't it?
Yeah. Very cool.
Wrapper. All right.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I can't. I can't see it on my screen. That's a problem. So, or I'd probably tell you, which wrapper it was.
It says "Da Baby" on the side. I don't know if that'll help you guys.
Da Baby.
DABABY.
Well, I would assume that could be the rapper, Da Baby. Never heard of him or such a thing, but you know what I really like about just what's happening in America, not only with that, but just we don't use English anymore. Everything's like duh this, duh that, and we dumb everything down. People, they'll say instead of situation, they'll say situation. Have you ever heard of this?
Well, it's one extra syllable. Just say the whole word.
That's what I'm saying.
Jason over there on YouTube says you close your trading paints and reopen it. It freaks out if you just leave it open all the time.
That's probably my problem. I will do that. Thank you,
Might be what
Jason.
happened.
I'll try it.
What is it? Control R or Shift
Yeah,
R or something? When
Control R, yeah.
Control R. Yeah.
If my computer fails, I'll be back.
All right.
As we get ready to head on back to Green Flag Racing, we're going to have the 55 and the 21 getting things all re-fired on up here once again up at the front. 22 and the 1 starting right beside them as well as that Green Flag waves. And we go racing here once again as the field trundles on down towards turns 1 and 2. Speaking of 1 and 2, you got that 1 and the 22 trying to catch back on up. Looks like the 1 doing a little bit better job getting back to that back bumper of the 21 machine. However, he's still not quite perfectly lined on up there. This is a tricky track to kind of keep that car all settled with how many... Oh, the 22 drifting up the track, now back down. He's going to be trying to split this thing 3 wide almost. Oh, my goodness.
Go, yellows out.
Lordy.
Ooh, still people wrecking down there.
That was awesome.
Milner, how many times did he get hit? He's pleased.
I don't know. He's screaming at everybody. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Hit your brakes. Oh, that was fun.
Well, let's go ahead
Not
and
for him, but just the way.
take a look back. Ugh,
Oh, Lord.
just absolutely the traffic coming up into him, and then that 1, 2. It really wasn't that many cars.
I'll tell
He's
you what, it was
crab walking this thing.
It's
Look
like-
at him now. He's crab walking back. I don't want to make fun of the man. I've been there in way worse positions, but his
I think it's very
his
broken.
car is canted. He's not gonna have to tow. That's good.
Looks
Yeah.
like the 9 of Tommy Welch, kind of at the heat of the incident here, kind of up towards the wall and then gets a little bump from the 77, sends him on around down onto the apron, and then, well, once we get onto the apron, it's goodbye, good luck, good night, and it just sends chaos down through the field. The 8 machine getting pummeled down there as well. Oh, he got hit by about 6 other people, and his car didn't move.
Earl Evans joining us over there in the YouTube chat. If you don't remember who Earl is, he's our sponsored, not sponsored, number 13 machine. And he ran the other night at Sonoma and did a little, I don't know if I'd call it a Bo Duke jump or a Sheriff Roscoe jump, because he didn't really stick the landing too well, I don't think. But thank you over
You
there,
can-
Sheriff Roscoe Evans.
You can get the highlight of that over on our TikTok at AAA Broadcasting YT.
Whoa, we have the clip over there?
Oh yeah, I wanted to do some more edits of it, and then like while he was in midair, do like put the car's eyes on his windshield with a tongue sticking out, with the little car kid saying "Lightning McQueen," you know, do that thing.
You could just pause
We
it
have
and
the
jump
TikTok?
and have Waylon Jennings say something smart ass. That always works.
I can't believe we have a TikTok machine. I thought that was like the Chinese Communist Party that ran that thing. We're part of this whole
Oh,
situation.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna
Just
plead
make sure
ignorance.
they don't steal our info, Brown.
No guarantees.
What info are they going to steal? Oh,
Oh,
this,
yeah, I don't.
this guy likes to drink Crown, and this guy likes
Yeah, these guys
Free
are
on his
they're
out.
clowns. We don't have
this.
to worry about them. They're not a threat to anything. They're just a bunch of dummies. Yeah, good point. I'm gonna have to check that out though. TikTok. What's the TikTok handle?
TikTok.
AAA Broadcasting YT.
Yes.
Yeah. What's it? How do I get to it? Okay. All right. Cool. Milner is still in the pits. That was about the nicest way to tell people that he did not like him. Is what I got out of that. When he was yelling at them to quit hitting him on the track.
He says he landed it on all 4. I don't recall it.
He
that
did.
way.
He did land on all 4.
Oh, okay. I believe you guys. I'm just saying. I don't remember. I don't physically remember. Daniel Poachlock says his 6-year-old, who on the spectrum, he said, Oh no, my green drink and my blue drink, his Mountain Dew and his Pepsi, just crashed. Oh no. The kids
That's
say the
cute.
darndest things, man.
Well, that they do.
Yeah.
It looks like another single file restart here as the 21 in the 1 get all lined on up. Green flag is waving, and here we go once again, getting everybody all fired on up. So trying the single file line approach here once again to try to get some green flag laps in here tonight. Ooh, a little bit of a blink there for the 53 of Jeremiah Burke as the 3 machine Skylar Herod tries to make a run there up on the outside. Well, the single file didn't last all that long as we got some 2x2 trickling on up. You see the 77 of Cotton making his way on up here towards the front as much as he can with that damaged race car. Goodness, he's backed into a tighter spot. Looks like he might have tried to fit that thing inside one of those cart corrals as the back ends of that car are a little bit destroyed here as we're almost going 3. No, everyone's going to be able to stay out of it.
Well, the ones at Sam's are so big, you can almost park your car inside it. That may be what he did. Sam's or Costco or one of those.
It's all probably the same. It's probably owned by one globalist company anyway.
Probably one guy.
Yeah.
Bill Gates owns it.
Gosh.
Don't.
I'm serious about this holiday we're going to start.
Well, the problem with that though is it's going to turn into like a anti-boycott like the A's did, and then everyone's going to go there. It's the 5 of Anthony Williams trying to make a run here on that 53 of Burke. Not quite having enough steam there as Lucas Lyons, how about that 25 machine having a pretty good run here up towards the front. He's got the 18 of Joshua Moore helping him on out.
Yeah, I didn't understand that boycott there, Brown. That's anti-boycott, the place we've never been going to watch the baseball team for years and years, but we're going to anti-boycott them and all show up at one day and actually go to the game. That was some strange stuff. Over my level there.
Joe Bennett over there on social media saying, "Go 00 Joe."
Indeed, as we're 2x2 here racing for the lead here. 32 Nick Biddy in an interesting spot here as we follow around with that machine up on the roof cam. You can see the 2x2, everyone trying to stay stable, and so there's contact up at the front. Trading
Anyone apologizing there?
And trading a little paint between the matching of the 20s.
That Muleburger Custom Homes machine of Josh Moore, he's right there to take advantage. And don't look now on the inside there, some NTG boys. You got the 1 of Derek Welch making himself known on the back bumper of the 21.
Yeah, they're all having their own kind of separate field day event out here at Atlanta. Lap 37 out of 120 now officially in the books, and we continue to race on here. Jeremiah Burke in the 53 machine after some of those connection issues teams up with the 17 of Justin Lawson and the 5 of Anthony Williams trying to catch back on up. And then you got a pretty decent sized chase pack here right behind Skylar Herod. You can see the 88 of Tate Cawthorn back there, the 51 Chris Klein, the 10 of the original X-Man Justin Johnson having a pretty okay run here so far as the field continues its way on a boot.
Daniel's son really does pay attention to these races. He said that they said, let Mark Collins know that his son also said there's no McDonald's Happy Meal car this week. He said he had no idea his son actually paid that close of attention to all the paints and all the racing that's going on. Ooh, Tom Barish up the track there, kind of checking the outside lineup. Very first second.
Yeah, he is. So again, field kind of separating into their separate groups. It definitely looks like too wide. Excuse me. It's slowing these guys down just a little bit because some of those chasers like the 17 of Lawson are starting to catch back on up to this front lead group here as we continue to race side by side. 005 of AJ Evangelista And he's got some fans on out there. Got Patrick Swale saying, let's see if AJ with GDS car can do something tonight. Bring it home, buddy. Well, he's doing all right here right now, up 18 spots from where his official qualifying position was to sit here in 7th. So the 005 definitely putting in the work here this evening.
Skunkworks Graphics Racing pulling for Skylar Harrod out there. Jason said he's just here for Skylar Harrod's sexy mustache too.
Oh.
His mustache game is weak.
Oh, here we go with your mustache. But here's the thing: if you like these drivers, you like this racing, hit the buttons, hit all of them. The subscribe, like, bells, whistles, hit all the buttons. That way, you know, we can all get a little bit more attention here in iRacing. Not just us, just you know, Num Thumbs Racing League overall. We got to fight the system, man. It's going to take a grassroots effort.
I'm getting survey texts. Oh, 32 of Biddy is around.
Oof, goodness gracious.
Eric involved as well.
And 55 is missing quite a few pieces from that car, too.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look back at what kind of. Oh, it was a little bit of a squeeze play there. Looks like the one machine with the 32 and the 53 all lined on up with the 55 up against the outside wall, and I think the one was trying to maybe check up a little bit, and then the 32 just gets squeeze play in between there. The 53, Jeremiah Burke, getting into the back of the 32, and that's going to send the 55 and the 32 on around.
Can't tell what actually was it. The checkup? I mean, the 55 went high, scraped the wall, but independent of that, did the one check up?
I think the one might have checked up just a little bit, and yeah, that squeezed the 32 in the middle there.
I don't hear anybody really ready to fight just yet. Are we going to have some kind of fight by the end of this thing? You think we'll have an argument at least?
It could happen. I'm not saying it will.
I think Derek Welch, he runs this league. He's not a real fan of all the fighting and whatnot, which, you know, I am. I'm not running this league.
Speaking of fans, Stephanie Marie out there pulling for the 22 of Kiger, who's currently in fifth place right here. As looks like we got some pit stops going on.
A lot of pit stops.
A lot of pit stops. Another kind of 75-25 split here. Still a few people staying on out, but that's because they used the other cautions to pit here as well. 89 of Adamson, 73 Kelleher, Connor Leach staying out there as well. Matt Layton. Looks like Jeremiah Burke did come on down. And a whole mix of other people did. They did whatever they wanted to do here. I mean, it is still early in the race, so you can kind of test out those strategies.
It's early?
Yeah, man.
Goodness gracious. Oh, it's the first half still, huh? I'll be danged.
Yeah, we're not quite to halfway here. We're just over a third. Skunkworks Graphics Racing says, "Let's go, Tyler Harrod." And the Skunkworks Graphics number 3. How come I can't say that?
It's not meant to be said. Skunkworks Graphics. That's tough.
I mean, I've only had a couple of these home brews.
It doesn't have anything to do with the amount of beer you have. It has to do with your geographical location. Y'all hadn't been versed much in the real English language. You speak that, you know.
I was in the Air Force too. I know what Skunkworks is, but I can't say it with other words. Skunkworks Graphics Racing. Skunkworks Graphics.
They're wrecking, which is
Under caution.
This is real sweet here. Under caution. I don't know how that went down.
What happened with the 1?
Oh, here we go. Oh, there's more crashes back here. What in the hell is going on out here? Yeah, there was a little bender behind that. That would have been Herod.
The 27 machine.
Yeah, that was
something
17 of Lawson.
Yeah, having some issues out there, and in the field, having to check on up.
Oh, Lawson was the guy that stopped to avoid it.
Do you think he could have had a misconnection, or he lost a wheel connection or something? That looked strange.
I don't know.
I can't tell.
Maybe we just need to call upon our good friend and the oldest man in iRacing, the original Richard Michelob Gray, to find out. Because I got a feel there might be something wrong with this tarmac out here, and we need to blame those guys.
Yeah. He has paved...
He did Charlotte. I don't know if he redid this. Did he redo this one too?
I don't think so. I think he did Charlotte. Well, they might have brought him in. He was a specialist.
Inside information, though, yeah.
Well, his cohort down there in Atlanta might have told them how they sabotaged the track like they did
all those
in
pavement
Charlotte.
Guys know each other. They're like, look at this hole I left in 95 right there in Jacksonville,
Yeah, they do it for a reason, so they can drive down the freeway and tell their loved ones, hey, look at that crack, that seam, that was mine,
That's the Michelob dip. That's what we call it around here.
And I can't really blame them for doing that.
It's like leaving your calling card. Like, remember in Home Alone, we're the wet bandits. Remember they
Yes.
Yeah. What's it doing?
Well, I don't remember that, but I know what you mean by leaving your calling card.
Leave your calling card.
I like that.
The Michelob dip on I-95 in Jacksonville. Yeah. The same thing here.
Well, now we're going double file to start. I'm getting confused on what's happening out here sometimes.
Well, obviously the single file didn't fix the problem, so they said, well, I'll just go back to double, I guess. Pace car's down.
Pace car is down as we get ready up here at the front. Going to have the 89 and the 73, Adamson and Kelleher. Also got the 98 and the 53 getting all lined on up, and green flag is out, and away we go. Here it is, green flag racing. Well, once again, looks like that 89 of Adamson has seen some better days to that back end of the 89 machine, but looks like the 98, he's going to try pushing him for all it's worth here. Field making its way down and out of turns 1 and 2. Field staying relatively good together here. Got the 17 of Lawson trying to stay up there, up against that outside line, and get a good run going here behind that one of DW. Got S.E. Martin in the 91 machine trying to pick and choose his lanes and make a big run as the 73 of Kelleher makes a solid run here towards the front of this field, trying to maybe get away from the main pack just a little bit. Got a little bit of a chase pack forming up, but they're still within drafting range. You got the Mac Daddy, Mark Collins, sitting there as well, breaking kids' hearts, not racing the Mickey D's here.
Cream rising to the top here. This is what you're seeing. Kelleher, Adamson, Burke, AJ. These guys, Josh Moore. These guys that we've seen race for a year or two, that really know what they're doing behind the wheel. They're starting to make their way up towards the front. And hopefully, let's see what they can do up here. Let's see if they can hold it. Nikki Short pulling for her Peppaw Events out there in the 15. Thank you so much, Nikki, for joining us once again. Yeah, Earl, Sheriff Roscoe, we got over 400 subscribers. It's because of guys like you that support us. So thank you so much. We sure appreciate it. Daniel says 73's front end damage looks like it's affected him a bit. Yeah, you start missing panels up front. Starts turning into a sail on you.
Yeah, you can't have problems with the front end of your car cosmetically here. The back end is probably okay, but if your front end is damaged, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing it.
Repair.
I think you are starting to see that here a little bit with that 73. As long as he's out of the draft, he really struggles here. In the draft, he's looking a-okay, but once when people kind of move out from behind him, he starts to slow up a little bit. Oh, man, it looks like the 91 as well. He's running a little bit slow on that bottom line, causing some drivers to check on up there, like the 53 of Burke and 005 AJ Evangelista. You got PJ Cox in the 05 trying to make his way back up through this field here as well, having a pretty good run of it right now. Just outside of her, well, he's inside the top 20, trying to get up inside that top 10 now.
Well, guys like the 73, do you think just because they have one fast repair only, maybe he's trying to save, hang on to it and save it for later, or do you think he's out of fast repairs?
That's a good question. I don't know without talking to him.
Well, he knows.
A lot of guys will save them and just see how they can manage it, and then the next pit stop, when they realize they're losing ground, they'll end up getting that fast repair used. I don't know. It's kind of a gamble. When you only have one, it is very, you got to use that strategery, like that Bush guy used to say, strategery.
Oh, as we're going 3 wide, 98 against the outside fence. You got the 21 stuck in the middle. Okay, they figured it out. They were heading into the quad oval here, which is already spicy enough, just going 2 wide. Yeah, 3 wide is just a whole bag of nails. You really don't want to get tossed out onto the track.
If you're around the area of El Dorado, Arkansas, or the community of Crossett, watch out. Y'all got some tornadoes headed y'all's way. Central Arkansas.
Duck and cover. Those drinking helmets may help a little bit, but they don't help all that much, so definitely find the most interior part of your building or dwelling that you're in. Even better yet, if you got a basement. Head on over there now. Take your phone and take us with you. We'll keep you entertained for the meantime.
At least for your final moments, you'll be happy watching
Yes.
the broadcast.
Yes, your final moments you'll get to spend with us. So you'll rest in eternal peace with a great. That is terrible. I had to get into cellar the other night, and I didn't have any service, so I couldn't even watch the race with y'all. So
yeah, I was in my central bedroom in the
I
bathtub.
was spared.
72 and Matt Layton also trying to make a run here.
Ooh, y'all got me going tonight.
Sorry about that. My morbid.
Yes, that was a little much there. I don't know what to say. But the quad oval is just as dangerous as a tornado. It almost seems like it's tough to drive that quad oval, especially as you start to get some little less grippy tires, and the heat on the track is just crazy right now.
Yeah, it's up here.
And guys don't want to give up their position either. Go ahead, bud.
No, it's 89 and Mike Adamson up against the outside line there. Gets passed by the 1 of DW, just trying to up against the wall though goes Joshua Moore. Get a little squirrely down there, but DW doing some trading up positions. As we like to say, the Lazy Susan in full effect as people go up and down and all around here.
Spinning, that's for sure. Well, 31 taking advantage, trying to get around Adamson on the outside there.
He's getting a pretty good run here, that S.E. Martin machine.
Yeah.
Oh, as we got one going around here. Oh, it's going to take the 98 of Connor Leach with him.
Secondaries.
53
Secondary
wrecked.
crash.
Yeah, a lot of secondary.
Who got the
Oh,
brunt
my
of that secondary?
goodness.
That would have been
That's the smoking
Cox. Yeah, the 05. PJ Cox really got the
DJ.
brunt into the secondary portion of that one.
There ain't much left of PJ's car. Mercy.
Go ahead and take
It's running.
a look back here. Oh, man, that 21 up against the outside wall. It's just like he hits one of those flippers in a pinball machine, man, just up against the wall and then ping, straight across the track. We're going to have to slow this one down. And then you can see the 53 and the 98 just getting sideways from it as well, and really nowhere to go, especially right around where Burke was as he came back down. And you can see the 05 machine Oh, man, he's going to get hit hard up into that outside wall. Oh, man! With some extra action there towards the end of it as well. I'm trying to find the 05's number here. PJ Cox.
He did a good job of avoiding it. Then he got hit from behind, I think shoved up, and then hit again. It happens, man. When it's hard to, when there's that many cars on the track, it's just really nowhere for him. Like, he had nowhere to go.
Oh, yeah, and then it was just coming straight up in front of the 329 Albert Anderson and sending the 05 on for a wicked and wild ride. Speaking of wicked and wild rides, go for it.
Skunkworks and Earl said go back farther. It started before that, but I didn't see.
Yeah, well, we were talking about PJ Cox in the secondary. I don't know what actually.
Oh, okay, that's probably
that.
It's,
We
we're
did.
on a delay too, so
Yeah,
sorry.
but
Probably the comment of the night here. Jason Willardson says the roof just got ripped off my house. I still have power and the computer's still streaming, so we're good. We're good to go. Dang, dude, if your roof is gone, y'all probably need to
no, he just keeps streaming with us.
or you can stick around with us. That's fine.
Yeah, Skunkworks is saying it was 10 seconds prior. I don't know. There's so much that happened out there and so much that's been happening out here. It's hard to keep track of who's loose, who's getting crazy, and then, you know, something that happened half a lap ahead can have an effect on a crash many seconds later. So
And
it's hard to keep track of that.
give me a second. I got to do some scrolling here. There we go.
I'm gonna scroll through.
We have the computer wizard here.
have
He's
the
the
technology.
iRacing wizard. Technology.
We have it.
We put liquid paper on a bee.
And it died.
See, now I'm trying to remember who was involved.
I know. I think it was 21. Was it 21 involved? I don't know.
Well, the 21's really somebody else.
God, we got one of those again.
Well, you guys find it and get ready for the restart. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah, please do. Thank goodness. At least somebody's getting to have a good time. I'm over here. I hadn't had my Federal 15 yet.
Ooh, there was some sideways contact there. Oh, that's what got the 21 bouncing around. Okay.
Okay. So you found it?
Found it.
Okay, that's... Oh, we got eagle eyes out there. People watching. Daniel says it's 72. Is that what you're seeing there?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I forget.
Yeah. It's a crash nonetheless.
It was indeed, as we got the 91 SE Martin and the 005 AJ Evangelista getting things all started off here once again. Getting ready to go back to side-by-side racing as the green flag waves a little bit past the halfway point here tonight at Atlanta. Side-by-side they go, beating and breaking down the front straightaway and now into turns 1 and 2.
Looking nice and clean up front. I don't know what's happening in the rear, but
It looks like everybody off and running here without too much of an issue right now. As again, still got that 91 SE Martin out in front of that 18 of Joshua Moore.
and AJ is really rolling it up front there.
And that 005 machine up against the, or up on the outside line, I should say. Oh, maybe with a little bit of contact there between himself and the 91, kind of getting the squeeze play. Oh, it's back here, man. We got some people ducking, diving, and dodging, trying to figure out a way to get up through this field. That's a 15. Vincent Short trying to make his way back on up here through this main pack.
Papaw Vance. Get it, Papaw.
Yeah, Skunkworks Graphics says, good job, boys. Good work. I think he was talking about you, Brown, finding all that
we're-
stuff. It wasn't us. Jason says, fridge is still running. Beer's cold. You don't need a roof. He's here for the iRacing. That's what I'm talking about.
Get one of those Academy canopies and just put over.
Yeah, you don't don't go to Harbor Freight and get a tarp. You know, you don't need to worry about all that.
Tarps are usually free at the sidewalk thing on Saturdays.
No, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore?
You can get a free bucket every once in a while, though. I got a couple of those 5-gallon
Ace does
buckets.
that.
Oh.
Ooh, man, it's Moore and Durkee now going side by side as everybody picking and choosing and trying to find their lane here as the 13 machine up on the outside with some help from the 17. It's going to get a heck of a run here to get around the 18 machine as the 005 trickles back into line again. And man, that's lazy Susan of being in that first spot. You're not going to be there for very long with how these guys are running here.
And there's no way to protect, really, is there, Alan? Unless you make your car 3 lanes wide. How do you protect if you're running in that lead position? It's pretty difficult.
It really is. I don't know what you can really do. I mean, the only thing to do is do blocking, but that's going to cause issues behind you, and then everyone starts hating on you, and then next thing you know, you're the one that's getting wrecked.
Yeah, you can defend and defend, but go ahead.
Ooh, as we're going around, oh man, getting clipped on the apron between the 3 and the 31 here. Oh goodness, that one was ugly.
Perfect storm right there.
Up front too, AJ. Ooh. Man. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Everybody's mad now.
Oh man,
nobody has brake pedals. Nobody has this. Now they're fighting, Brown. I gotta do the old Yahtzee.
3 of Skylar Herod. Oh man, that car is absolutely torn on up.
Ain't much left in the front end of that thing.
Whatever is got squished up into that engine block.
Oil cooler, radiator, everything gone out of the front of that machine. It looks like he's like three-wheel riding it around it. Something's busted in the suspension.
Let's kind of take a look here. It's the 31 machine. No, thought it was the 31.
Jason's sad though, that's for sure. Jason out there pulling for old Skylar, and
maybe a little bit of a awkward bump there, and it's gonna send. Oh man. Hard impact there. I was for the 91 of S.E. Martin.
Feel bad for my Air Force brother, Skylar, out there. I hope for his safety in the infield care center. I hope he's okay.
Oof, goodness. That was some hard impacts had there for sure. Man, that was definitely absolutely brutal. So in the meantime, while we wait for word on that in-care field center, let's go ahead and take a step away and have a quick word from our fantastic sponsors here and get everybody all locked and loaded and ready for another green flag run. Hey, welcome back as we're getting ready to go back to some green flag racing, some beat up cars out there, and we're not the only ones noticing it. Daniel Postlog said people are going to tune in and be confused and think this is an SK modified race out here. Oof, man, you ain't wrong there, Daniel. As we got the 13 and the 17 getting all lined up 2 by 2 to head on back to the green flag racing action. Of course, if you want to tune into some of that, just wait for short track racing, man. That's when those really beat some of those cars on up. As the pace car dives on down into the Geico restart zone we go, and green flag racing here once again. Lap 73 out of 120, and oh my goodness, 22 machine getting shot out of a cannon, flies right up through to the front. I mean, it even looked like that 13 of Durkee just got up out of the way. He knew it was coming.
Yeah, he had an issue on the restart, I think, went up high and shut down the outside lane. I don't know what happened there.
Man, so in the meantime, the 22 at Kiger making use of that aggressive and fantastic move there up at the front. The one of DW tried to follow him on through, but he's now getting stuck up with some side-by-side racing with the 17 machine. Meanwhile, the 13 now does get everything back underway, and he's going side-by-side against the 22 machine. This is really with no help in either lane, and it's looking like that outside lane might be getting just a little bit more of a run. Ooh, a little bobble there from the 22. I think he was waiting for that clear call and didn't want to waste any time getting back up into the draft and started moving up just a little too soon, but he was able to tuck it back down and wait until he was actually clear there before all chaos broke loose. Up 29 positioned 00 of Joe Bennett, the original Florida man out here, running around trying to pick up some more spots. But how about that 88? Tate Cawthorn up 35 spots, having a good run up here inside of this top 5.
Nice run by Tate. And Earl mentioned out there, let's go number 13. His number that he also runs. He said earlier, he said, let's go, Durkee. Let's make them fear the number 13 out here in this league. Durkee getting it done out there.
00 got into it with looks like the X, the Johnson. Dickerson, 00, and the 67 are 3 wide right now.
Nathan Stanley Cubby, we haven't heard his name much here tonight. He's been hanging around towards the rear end. Looks like 00 able to kind of back out of it down there on that bottom line, but still leaving Dickerson and Stanley side by side here.
Yeah, but look at the 67's car. It's beat to hell, and he's still having a pretty decent race here in the top 10.
It can be done.
Apparently so.
Yeah, it looks like that 10 machine of Justin Johnson kind of paying homage to one of your favorite beers there, Mr. English. Getting some Miller Lite.
Miller Man. It's all right there. Hey, look, we're the Chuck Kiger fans that were on here earlier. I want to see him again posting up because look what he's doing up front. He's sticking right on the rear bumper of our leader, and he's moving back and forth trying to find a way around. Chuck Kiger's having one heck of a race out here. I love that paint job, too. It's kind of reminiscent of like old Jeff Burton X-Side batteries kind of paint.
Well,
that fuchsia and black.
Yeah. Didn't, yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, Jeff Burton in the 90s ran a paint similar to
Who's
that.
down there on the apron, man, seeing some better days going lap down there.
That's a PJ Cox, I think.
No, it's not PJ.
Yeah, he was just no, it wasn't. He was just getting out of the way, whoever it was.
Yeah, I think PJ
It's
Cox.
329 at Albert Anderson. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's Anderson?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
missing 3/4 of that car. Look behind him, not looking too much better. Mark Collins having a rough go of it here tonight as well, missing a few body panels, but he's making some moves, trying to get everybody all caught back on up.
Front pack is getting fun to watch here, boys. They're getting tight. They're on top of each other. They're squiggling back and forth. You can't make it by yourself here at the New Atlanta. You got to have drafting help, and all these guys are sticking together. Durkee, Kiger, who we got behind him here? The 17 of Lawson, Cawthorn. X-Man Johnson out there.
Oh, as we got one going around. Oh, no, he saved it, but that's going to give a checkup. That was the 88 machine. Cawthorn getting kind of spun all about. And, a squeeze play happening as, the one of DW trying to rejoin the racing line there. Just puts a little too much squeeze on the 18 of Joshua Moore.
Short and Moore got mixed up. Who was that yellow truck? Yellow car in front of him? Anthony Williams again getting caught up in it in the 5. I don't know what the cause was of that.
Let me make sure I jump to the correct caution here. Go ahead.
There's some fuel mileage discussion on the radio, maybe.
Rejoining, the 18 machine. He was, a little bit hesitant there. As I think he had the clear call by the spotter and was trying to maybe move up to that higher lane, but saw the 21 coming up, so he waited and then, just a little bit of a bobble there getting into that 21 machine.
Not having a human spotter, that's very common here in iRacing because there is a little bit of a delay, especially when you got a guy with a run like the 21 had. He had one hell of a run the outside lane. The 18 just didn't see it, so it was too late. Oh, man, severe damage on the rear end of the 18.
Man, you ain't kidding. How about that front end, though, of the 73 Kelleher running right now kind of up towards the front? He's going to have a cool race car out there, missing his rear bumper as well. This race here at Atlanta, man, it's been tearing these cars on up and spinning them back on out.
I'm wondering if anybody's been disqualified because of incident points.
I don't see any.
Well, as of right now, Nick Biddy out of his car. Looks like Joe David, Dylan Bryant, Brandon Coleman are all out, and looks like Timothy Stubblefield didn't get a chance to rejoin.
Kenny Bishop, too, I think, had a connection issue. Tom Wilson with a black flag right now. I'm not sure what that is on the 21 car. See if we can see where he's at. 21 with a black flag right now, and he is currently pacing.
It's probably some kind of foul up.
Yeah, who knows? It might be an iRacing passing into caution thing, or he could have been speeding or whatever. We don't know.
We don't have enough. We don't have enough snitches down there. We're just us three. We don't have any snitches. Anybody wants to be a snitch, we'll sign you up. You're not going to get paid anything, but you can be one of our snitches.
Skunkworks saying, how many cautions are we up to, and how many green flag laps do we got? I don't know if we have a way of determining all that.
You ask and you shall receive. What caution number are we on? Number 8.
Caution number 8, but we don't know how many green flag laps we've got in, though, do we? We have to go do some.
I couldn't tell you that one.
But Dan says that if you hit up Skunkworks Graphics right now, get 50% off all your paints. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, and I don't think Skunkworks Graphics knows that.
He said no, that ain't the case. But I tell you what, if you get Skunkworks or Daniel Pochlag over there at DEP Graphics to paint you a car, you're not going to be disappointed. These guys know how to paint a car.
A little friendly competition.
Patrick says, I'm curious to know what's being said over there in the driver's radio. Pretty entertaining sometimes. We're going green.
Indeed, as here we go. Green flag racing here once again with the 88 and the 78 getting things all fired on up here. Chris Jordan up 35 spots, picking up some great runs out here and having one heck of a battle as then we go 2 by 2, people choosing their lanes, trying to figure out who's going to get them back up here to the front the quickest here as the 85 laps have chipped away, and 120 laps in total to be had here tonight.
Hmm.
What's wrong with my iRacing here? Let's see. There we go. Sorry, I alt-tabbed out somehow.
That's all right.
What happened there.
Well, you didn't miss anything at the moment there. I'll tell you, go ahead, Brown.
Just saying, we're taking a quick ride here with the 00 Joe Bennett machine.
Oh, that's kind of fun to do that.
I love seeing what the drivers see because you don't understand how nerve-wracking this is watching it from a blimp cam or TV1 cam. Put yourself behind the driver's seat. It's freaking crazy out there.
It looks like
I'll tell you what.
a couple people dropping down to the apron there, trying to maybe get back out of the way.
Well, after the last couple of races we've done here at AAA Broadcasting, sometimes you just want to get away, go somewhere, do something cool. Facebook.com/GC Cruise Travel. Check that guy out. You can go on a cruise. He can get you set up on any vacation. That's my personal guy right there. It has nothing to do with anybody else. I'm taking him as my sponsor, so check him out. You can get away, because I need to get away. I need a vacation right now.
GC, as in Golf Charlie.
Yeah, cruise travel.
Ooh, hard impact there.
Mountain Dew car in the outside.
9
wall.
machine and Tommy Welsh. Oh, he's coming in hot. Oh, boy. Glad those pit boys have all that gear on. Whew.
Staying green because it was below the racing surface there.
Tommy Welsh just going for an absolute rip down there through the infield.
Dylan Bryant said he's going to have his driver cam up here in a few days. And
Nice.
Josh telling us that Skunkworks got such good prices, you don't need a damn discount. They're just that good. They got good customer service and everything. And we know DEP does, so hit these boys up. Y'all need a car painted. But hit DEP up first, because Daniel is sponsor of this league.
This is true.
Or get one from both guys. Shoot. That'll make everybody happy. Happy.
What's that, from Bob Ross?
Well, that's old Phil Robertson right there.
Oh, okay.
Who, I guess, wasn't it something like he could have played football or something, was a starter because he was better?
He was the first string quarterback at Louisiana Tech. Terry Bradshaw was the backup, but Phil Robertson quit playing football so he could duck hunt more. Terry Bradshaw went on to win Super Bowls and be Hall of Fame and be
True
on TV.
story.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man loves to kill some ducks, boy, and eat them.
Gotta have a passion.
As talk about a passion here, the 22 Chuck Kiger trying to stay out in front of some hungry drivers right here behind him. He's got the one at DW giving him a little bit of a push, but to his outside is the 76 Patrick Mahaney getting a little bit of spice in your life with that Tabasco machine. See here, the 73 at Josh Kelleher just trying to maintain pace with these guys. Unfortunately, his car's essentially got a gigantic parachute flying out the back end of that thing.
But he survived, dude. I don't know how he's doing it. He's staying up here in the top 10 with all that front end damage he's had for 30 laps.
Man, it's that draft. He's just getting enough from the vehicles in front of him that he's able to. It's really not making too much of an issue here right now. I got a feeling if we put him out on his own, it would be much more of an issue here. As we continue to go side by side racing. Paul Durkee up at the front though. A little bit clear of that 10 of Justin Johnson, but he's starting to get sucked back up into it. Same thing with that one of DW. The 22, Chuck Kiger continuing to ride that wave.
So much too wide happening out here on the racetrack right now. Paul Durkee still holding on to this lead. He's got Derek Welch right there with him right now. Oh, no, we got a wreck happening back here. Vince Short.
Oh, he went around, but it looks like he caught it.
How did he hold that?
The wall helped
Good
him, but
night.
he did hang on to it. That was pretty good.
Man, I wish I could get a replay of it, but man, oh man, that was.
And the blimp cam when it goes behind the stands. Oh, somebody tell the blimp driver to stay in the middle of the track. I missed some of it.
He's got to do an orbit. You can't stay in the middle of the track.
Just hover that thing. Come on now. I gotta learn how to change cameras. Paul Durkee, old man Paul up here in the 13. He is doing everything he can to hold off the 1 and the 22. The X machine and the 17 are right behind. This is going to be an exciting final 20 laps or so here, boys.
It should be. There's still some talking out on the radio. I'm trying to decipher what they're talking about. Real anger
Code talkers
right now.
out there talking or what?
Yeah, no, they're
Understand?
yeah, it's not making any sense to me. I'm half listening, I'm half not. I'm watching a race, I'm watching Joe Rogan podcast. I got the baseball game on the TV. Got a lot going on.
Multitasking? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got
You're
to
on
keep
the
the
clock,
flow
buddy.
of information. I got to keep the flow of information in my brain just flowing like crazy. That way I can bring to you all the nice current events y'all like me to talk about.
Sure. Yeah, I got you.
Well, I don't think anybody likes that, but I like it.
Alan, a lot of single file up here, but there's some gaps starting to form here. How long before these gaps become gaps where you lose the draft?
Man, it's gonna take a little bit here, I think. I mean, for the most part, everybody kind of staying within that half-second mark. I mean, Justin Lawson and Justin Johnson are separated by about 0.6, but that's still inside of the draft, and it looks like it's a huge gap, but it's really not. And then you got Drew Blaze, who's separated by Zeth Hawley there by almost 1.5 seconds. That one is definitely falling outside of the draft. He's going to need some help from that 23 of Mark Collins and the 73 of Josh Kelleher there to catch back on up. But in the meantime, well, as I say that, of course, side by side doesn't help either. As the X machine, he's getting all spun around down there onto the apron. He's able to save it, even though he had some contact with 00 Joe Bennett as well. Oh my goodness, some hard impacts there being had. Meanwhile, up here at the front, 13 of Durkee continuing to stay steady Eddie, almost like W. Clark out there in the U.S. Open, coming up to the final hole with a one-shot lead.
Oh, I love that. Love the golf references, even though I don't understand them.
Meanwhile, Justin...
72 in the wall, 21 sideways, trying to save it. Bouncing off the wall. Good night.
As I was just saying, the 17 of Justin Lawson just hanging on to this front group. You got Zeth Hawley, Patrick Mahaney, and Drew Blaze all trying to work together all as one here as the 9 machine coming down on the apron here. 19 laps left to go. Some of these people last pitting on lap 82. Do you think they're going to have enough fuel here, Turner?
Let's see. We're at 80% fuel. Yeah, it's going to be super close. I think I heard some of them during the last caution say they were saving fuel. So it's going to really come down to the end. If they go green the rest of the way, I think we're going to see some problems.
We heard somebody key up. I think it was Josh Moore or somebody talking to his teammates saying, hey, if we pit now, we're good to the end. So, and that was on the last caution. So I think a lot of these guys might be good. I don't know. They're running, a lot of these guys running wide open. And I haven't seen a caution in a little while, so I don't know, man. Maybe some guys cutting it close.
I mean, it definitely Definitely could be cutting it just a little close here.
Well, hopefully we see some non-stop action from here to the finish, and no more cautions. That would kind of make up for some of the shenanigans that happened.
Daniel Poachlag out there saying, all I know is Josh Kelleher's still on the track because tonight he's using that Fat Chicks Quick Repair Polish. Oh, Fat Chicks Quick Repair Polish, available at Pep Boys and other fine retailers. Tower operator joining us finally, saying good evening. Late to the party, though, but go number 18. Of course, number 18 running Bruce Muehlberger. Muehlberger Custom Homes out there on that machine. Always one of our great sponsors here in our leagues.
Meanwhile, the separations continue with 14 laps left to go. Durkee, Welch, Kiger, and Lawson still trying to work together to stay up here at the front. Meanwhile, the 48 is Seth Hawley with some Patrick Mahaney help here as well. Now they're starting to catch up to the 3 machine as well as Skylar Harrod trying to maybe work together to close that gap, which has been rising. It is now 6 seconds here.
Seconds to me and you doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot, but to a race car driver, my goodness, that's an eternity.
It's the 73 machine of Josh Kelleher trying to work some magic here and catch back on up. Again, he's got some of that heavy front end damage. He's helping or trying to help out the 78 of Chris Jordan here catch on up to that back end of 00 Joe Bennett in that kind of secondary pack. Meanwhile, oh man, Lawson falling way out of the draft here with the 22 of Kiger. So we're really starting to see a big spread out here.
Yeah, they're spread out pretty good now. Not too much crazy racing at the moment.
Coming down to it, though, these guys, 11 to go here?
Yeah, pretty much 11 to go, going to be 10 once we cross that line here once again, but making their way down that back straightaway here is that 13 in the 1, making their way around some lap traffic here.
I got to say it, the lap traffic here tonight has done a great job. These guys that are just out there trying to pick up some, some positions on the DNF guys, doing a great job staying out of everybody's way and letting them race.
Yeah, when you're getting past, that's the last thing you want to do is get in somebody's way.
Yeah, especially if you're missing half your car.
Yeah, they are doing a good job of that tonight.
20 cars still on the lead lap, though. Mike Adamson battling as the last one.
We were going 3 wide there for a quick second.
Somebody bouncing off. Was that Christopher Jordan in the 78? Was bouncing off the wall there?
I think so.
I think it was.
I think it was, and he's losing a few positions due to that. It's everybody and their grandmother has their iPhone up and trying to take video of this final hole here from the U.S. Open, which is kind of annoying, getting in the cameraman's way.
Did you golf at the same time?
Oh, yeah, dude.
It's
the U.S. Open.
You're like one of those lizards that can look at one thing with one eye and one thing with the other eye, independently.
It's called peripheral vision, English.
I can't do that.
Meanwhile, with 8 laps to go, I wonder if this is a fuel strategy play from some of these guys that have kind of laid off and are in one of these chase packs, man, just trying to make sure that they can make it. I wish we could see what the fuel situation was and talk to the pit box guys here for the 13 and the 1, but as of right now, they're continuing to drive away a little bit as this kind of secondary pack, I can't say a pack, it's 2 cars of Lawson and Kiger really falling back here. There's going to start picking up some help from the 9 machine. Trying to maybe use some draft here. He's going to catch up to the 72. 72 is going to hold that position for just a second before bouncing up out of the way.
Earl, send a message to Daniel Poachlag, DEP Graphics on Trading Paints. If you want him to paint you a car, send him a message as well over there on Trading Paints. He's one of our race sponsors. Great guy Daniel is, and a friend to NTRL for a long time. Check out DEP Graphics on Facebook as well.
Yeah, just don't tell Zuckerberg that you're on there.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, that guy's a con.
Well, as we close in, 5 laps to go here. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button before you leave us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank y'all so much. We just made it over 400 subscribers. And here we go.
That's pretty awesome. Does that mean we're going to get paid like a whole bunch of... Did we just become rich or anything, Brown? Is that what happened?
No.
Oh, well. That's not cool.
It'll buy you a couple of beers. I mean...
Oh, okay. I can do that.
You can be rich without money. I know that.
That's true. It's not all about money.
Some
It's about control and power.
side-by-side action here. Lucas Lyons up on the outside lane, getting passed by the 67 and the 73 here. Meanwhile, Durkee and Welch still up here at the front, coming now to 3 laps to go as Clark wins the U.S. Open. Congratulations to Clark. A fantastic week for him.
Clark Griswold?
No, it's his first name begins with a W. I don't know.
Well, regardless, he's set up for life now winning that.
Yeah, as long as he's got his professional card, which he does.
He's good to go.
He is definitely good to go. As the 69 Larry Dickerson trying to make his way around the 23 of Mark Collins. Here is we now got 2 laps to go. Will the 13 of Paul Durkee make it on fuel? Will a caution come out before they cross that line one more time? Man, that's all good move. We're going to have to wait and see, heading on down into turns 3 and 4, because, of course, this race is not over until that checkered flag waves coming back down onto that front straightaway across the line. White flag is out, so no more cautions here tonight. It's a 2-man race here between the 13 and the 1-1, making his move up, down, underneath that 13 of Durkee, making their way down the back straightaway here. Will the 13 machine figure something out? This is something you would see trying to break the draft, is the 1 of DW, which, oh man, I think he actually did a little bit there, because the 5 machine also playing a little bit of a spoiler, as here they come out of turn number 4, and it will be the 1 of DW picking up the race win here over the 13 of Paul Durkee. And then kind of coming up right behind them will be the 17 of Lawson, followed by the 22 of Kiger.
Paul Durkee trying to put a little donut on the side of the 1. Remember when guys used to do that in NASCAR? I love watching that. Yeah, great finish there, rounding out your top 5. Chuck Kiger and Drew Blaze in the 66. Great race for him tonight there.
Oh,
Yeah, that was pretty good.
that indeed. And how about that 69 Larry Dickerson up 32 spots? He's going to be your hard charger, but that's not saying, 88 of Tate Cawthorn had a great night here as well.
Yes, sir.
Getting up 31 spots. So we definitely had some movers and shakers here this evening.
Double O Joe with a heck of a race as well. Tell you what, these boys are having fun doing little burnouts out there.
Well,
Even
I'm sure
Mac
they're
out there.
glad.
Mac out there getting involved. 6th place car.
Probably glad it's over. That was a long one.
Danny out there saying, the hell yeah, DW, about damn time you picked up a win. It's been a while for DW. He has gotten race win before. It's been a long time.
It has been a good minute. Some of these races he's been taken
where-
out early for him.
And where did he get it? A super speedway race. I thought he hated super speedway races. That's what he always tells us.
Yeah, this is the super speedway that isn't a super speedway.
Well, you can say that. But
He's gonna blow his engine up out there doing all that fun
he's gonna
stuff.
burn it down, having fun out there, boy. He earned it.
Oh, he blew
Waiting
his
on drivers to populate our race podium channel. We can get interviews underway. So if you're in the top 3, kindly make your way to the podium channel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say stuff like that.
No, that you said kindly. I would say, hurry
Get
up.
your
We ain't
ass-
got time.
Get your ass up.
We ain't got time for all this. Hurry up.
We definitely do have time.
Well, not know, but we're just trying to get him up into the podium so we can scare him a little bit. Top 3 podium. Derek Welch told him on the radio.
Derek Welch, that means you too, man. Get your butt up here.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much us 3 can come up with, you know?
Little update on Stubblefield. He lost connection with his rig there. Something happened and his computer went white, or his screen went white. Computer went completely shut off.
Mm.
And he apologizes out there to anybody that might have been caught up in that wreck.
Dang it.
Happened though. Stub Nation, we missed you out there. We missed seeing you run out there, Tim. So we'll see you next time though. Next race right around the corner.
Yeah. There's one.
There we go. Finally taking his time. But he is a self-proclaimed old man.
Oh, this guy's got to take a pee break, man. I mean, it's been a long race.
It has been a little bit of a long race, but either way, we get to talk to tonight's second place finisher, 13 of Paul Durkee, with a late breakaway there with the one of DW to pick up a solid second place finish here. Man, Paul, that was a little bit of a rough one there going on until we got a little bit past the halfway point. Then things looks like it started to settle down a little bit there. And was it did like fuel strategy come down to it to some of these folks out there?
No, I think people just ran out of fast repairs.
Well,
You need-
out there in that Birdsong Brewing Company, number 13 Chevrolet Camaro. Man, the goats, you guys did what y'all could out here tonight. Do you know where the rest of your team finished? And did y'all come into this race with a plan of any kind?
Actually, we had zero plan. We hadn't done any practice and haven't even talked to the guys all week. I think Justin finished third, and
Yep.
I'm not sure where Tiger got, but I didn't have any sound whatsoever. No car sound, no voice chat, no nothing for the last 40 laps.
Oh no.
Yeah, it
Well,
wasn't-
that had to make things difficult on your team communication, but y'all did finish 2, 3, and 4.
yeah, it's tough not being able not be able to hear and trying to shift.
Yeah, and I'm amongst other things talking to anybody, listen to your tires, all that. You overcome a lot to get in the podium for sure. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
My teammates and Derek. Derek does a great job with his leagues. I don't think he gets enough credit. You know, he doesn't get paid to do this stuff. He does it because he loves to race. So big shout out to Derek, and big shout out to you guys for broadcasting these races for us. You do a great job.
Well, great job out there by Mr. Paul Durkee, picking up a solid second place finish here tonight, man. Congratulations and good luck coming up in your future races here, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
On that, we'll move on down to tonight's third place finisher, having a solid race there himself. Going to be Justin Lawson in that 17 machine band. Congratulations on the solid third place finish here. But man, once when you guys lost the draft there towards the end, it looked like it was maybe you guys were trying to save a little bit of fuel or something.
No, we were just saving tire, and then I think Chuck was getting tight. He kept losing the nose, and the gap kept growing. And then I waited too long to try to pass him to make a move to maintain the draft. We just poor strategy. But hey, to come home with 3 of the 4 goats in the top 5, I'll take those any day.
Yeah, man. And talking to Paul, he said y'all didn't really have any kind of plan or did any practicing. Y'all just come in here kind of winged it, and to finish it like y'all did, y'all would be damn proud. But that Chevrolet of yours sitting in the 3rd position tonight. Great job out there. Next week, are we still going to iRacing Super Speedway, or is that going to change? I think we're still going there, aren't we?
That'd be a question for the winner there. He's
Yeah.
the one that controls those decisions. I don't know. That's definitely on him.
Well, that's a funky track, though, for sure, don't you think? I mean, what do you think if you're all still going to race it?
I've had some good races there, and me and Paul work really well together drafting, and Chuck is picking it up really quickly too. So I think we'll be strong if we do it there. But I wouldn't be upset if we didn't go there either. That place can turn into a soup sandwich real quick.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Tonight, you got you a nice podium finish. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting this, Derek for putting together the best leagues in the business, and teammates Brandon, Paul, and Chuck, and wife upstairs.
And well, congratulations to you there, Justin Lawson, picking up the podium finish here tonight at Atlanta, man. Congratulations, and good luck at your upcoming races here, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
And with that, we get to talk to the man of the hour, person who blows his engine while doing his celebratory burnout, Mr. Derek Welsh, picking up the win here tonight. And finally, Derek, you didn't get taken out of one of these.
I did in the caution though.
We saw that.
Oh man, I was about to take the stereo, rip it off, and throw it to this window inside my room over here. I was so, oh Lord, I was. It wasn't a great moment for me right there. But he apologized, and that's all I can get from him. But I finally got a win here. One of my leads. I got one last season at the very end of the season, and I finally got one here, and it just seems like this whole season so far I've just been taken out. A couple weeks ago, I got took it out in front by Michael Adamson. I told Michael Adamson, I'm going to wreck you one day. I promise you I'm going to wreck you. But I haven't yet. Every time I get around Michael Adamson, I just race him clean like I should. And I love Michael Adamson to death. As a person on the racetrack, me and him was a little bit of a rival. So I didn't get really race with him any tonight, but my plan was right there to get me and Paul hooked up, get away from the field, and make the move, and it worked out for me at the end. I was expecting Paul to make a block right there on me, but I guess he was concentrating so hard because he didn't have no sound, but it benefited me though.
Well, and you stayed in front of Mike, right? So you can't race him if you're ahead of him, right?
Yeah, every time I get around him, I'm squinching my butt cheeks.
Well, I tell you what, boss man, the one machine looks real clean out there. I'm sure that's because you had to use a fast repair, but great job out there in that Toyota Camry. And man, Daniel Poachlog's done a lot for this league, and his sponsorship and DEP graphics. We can't talk enough good stuff about Daniel, but what are y'all's plans moving forward with all of your leagues here? And as far as sponsors and stuff goes, y'all got a lot more that came on board.
Yeah, we got a few more coming. I got one sponsor really wants to headline a lead really bad, and moving forward with our leads. After tonight, man, I don't know if I want to keep going with super speedways. These are so stressful. Do what?
You just won, though.
I know, but as an admin and owner of the leads, and just guys just driving I'll keep that off air, but it's so frustrating. And as an admin and owner, and I try to strive myself keeping clean leads, and we finally got a run right there at the end, thank God. But yeah, moving forward, the late model series, I think, oh God, it was just it was horrible last Friday, but I think we're starting to get how we want to have it. So we're gonna go along with that and we're gonna play out the rest of the season and see how that works out. And next gen, those guys have been racing clean so far and putting up great races the NTRL way, and we got some very very fast guys in there, and all our leads, man, we're excited. We're already filling up leads for hell. That won't start until January. We already filled up a super speedway lead that's starting in January. We already got 43 people signed up for that, and we already got 35 people for the truck lead. And I don't even have to advertise. It's a blessing, dude. And I can't believe NTRL has grown this big this early, and I got it all to thank to my sponsors, y'all especially. Y'all put on a great broadcast. I looked down one time, we had 50 people in the stream. And all the sponsors, especially DEP, he makes this lead look even better.
Man, great.
Yeah,
Go for it, Dan.
good job. No, I just said good job. You said it all right there. Congrats on the win, man. Congrats on all the leagues doing well too.
Thank you, guys. And quick shout out my teammates, NTG. I don't know if y'all know, I kind of hand over the reins to the NTG side of things. I'm still the owner, but I let Cal Davidson, one of our sponsors, Davidson Builders. He's the main guy over there at NTG now. He's gonna be running things. DP, I see him. He finally got him a win. He's been getting on me a lot lately, but not getting wins. DP, Sim Gear Central, for giving us great butt boxes for these leads. Mark Sports, he's gonna give a cool flag to the champions of all our leagues. DP's gonna give all the third place guys free paint jobs. It's a blessing, dude. All these sponsors jumping in like this, and thank y'all guys for putting up great broadcasts each and every week.
Yes, sir. Indeed. As we send our congratulations out one more time to the one machine, Mr. DW, Derek Welsh, picking up the win here tonight at Atlanta. Man, congratulations, and look forward to seeing you back here in action here again tomorrow night.
Thank you, bro.
And with that closes out all our interviews and everything. And boys, that closes out the race here from Atlanta.
Yeah, man, it didn't disappoint. We had a couple of cautions in there. What do we have? 9 cautions or something overall. But man, I tell you what, the racing at New Atlanta has been great. I think a lot of the cautions you could just attribute to a high car count out here. I mean, that stuff's going to happen when you get this many cars out there on the track.
Yeah, it worked out at the end. We had a really good race to the flag. So fun night. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Indeed. While we're go ahead calm things down, we go ahead and head on over to tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. Getting us started is that one of DW picking up the race win, followed by the 13 of Paul Durkee coming in a solid second place, right where he started. So solid run there for Durkee. Got the 17 of Justin Lawson having a pretty solid run, finishing on that podium here tonight in third. 22, Chuck Kiger up 13 spots, having a great night out there, finishing in fourth. 66, Drew Blaze started to heat it up there late and found himself up in that top 5 with the 23 Mac Daddy, Mark Collins, with a solid 6th place finish. 69, Larry Dickerson, your hard charger of the evening, up 32. Ooh, goodness gracious, having a great run out there. Finishing in 7th. You got the 48 of Zeth Hawley there as well, up 13 spots to finish in 8th. Up 31 spots will be the 88 of Tate Cawthorn with a great run, finishing here tonight in 9th. With the 005 of AJ Evangelista up 15 to round out your top 10.
Yeah, another 00 Joe Bennett finishing in 11th after starting way back in 34th. Hell of a run for him today. 12th place goes to Patrick Mahaney in the 76. Didn't get a lot of mentions on the broadcast tonight, but stayed consistent and stayed in the top 12 there. The 67 machine of Cubby, Nathan Stanley, went from 31st to 13th. And likewise there, Josh Kelleher in the 73 3 went from 41st to 14th. So them guys kind of chasing each other up through the field here. Lucas Lyons in the 25 dropped a couple of spots to finish in 15th place. 16th, Christopher Jordan in the 78 had a little wall riding incident there towards the end of the race, but still worked his way up 20 spots to finish there in 16th place. Josh Moore in the 18. The number 18 Muleburger Custom Homes machine, he'll drop a few spots to finish in 17th. 18th will go to Tom Barish in the double nickel. The 89 of Michael Adamson finishes in 19th. And the last car on the lead lap, the X-Machine, X-Man, Justin Johnson, finishes in 20th.
91 S.E. Martin, 21st. 05 P.J. Cox ended up 22nd. 15 to Vince Short, 23rd. 51 Chris Klein. 24th, the number 5, Anthony Williams, 25th. 72, Matt Layton, 26th. 98, Connor Leach, ended up in 27th. Number 3, Skylar. Connor Leach, 27th. Skylar Harrod ended up 28th. 21 of Tom G. Wilson. 29th, Jeremiah Burke in the 53. 30th, number 9, Thomas Welch. 31st, 27, Michael Eden. 32nd, 31 of Scott Milner. He had quite an incident there. You know, 33rd, 329, America's driver Albert Anderson, rough night. 34th, Tristan Cotton. 35th, Nick Biddy in the 32, 36th. Number 6, Joe David. 37th, number 8, Dylan Bryant. Another rough night for him. 38th, Brandon Coleman in the 19th. 39th, Timothy Stubblefield had some issues there with his equipment. Didn't even make a lap. Neither did Kenneth Bishop. So that's it.
And that is it indeed. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching. If you haven't done so already, because we enjoy having you all out here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that way you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button here as well, so that way we continue to grow this fantastic community that we got going on over here. Of course, we have to say a huge thank you to tonight's race sponsor of Gulf Coast Sands. Thank you guys for jumping on board here tonight and enjoying the evening here with us at Atlanta. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to the other fantastic sponsors, such as DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, Martin Sports, as well as Davidson Builders. We thank you guys so very much for coming on out and supporting this fantastic league here at NTRL. Speaking of NTRL, this kind of closes everything here tonight, but don't you worry, we're back at it for some fantastic racing tomorrow night, as I believe we got Kansas coming up tomorrow night by the looks of it.
Ooh, nice.
Trying to kind of do some maths and any of that kind of stuff. So should be a interesting race to be had indeed tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.